I was having a lovely time. All the acts that have performed up to now have been really, really good. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for bearing with us.
I've never had anyone ask me for conversation mid-song.
She was telling me to read Nietzsche. I can't now. Thank you. But yeah, forget it.
Renew your moral of the story is renew your library cards and do some reading.
Cool. We're going to go into radio. Not going Fallacy. Fallacy. Cool, right.
They keep acting like they're not hearing us, but I'm being serious. These kids are out in the street conducting their business, and their heads are full of stress. They ain't got time for your rules or your tests, because they're more concerned about the everyday struggle. But then you can't knock the hustle, because they're the missing piece of our puzzle. Except that like dogs without a muzzle, looking their blame when Cameron says it's all gonna be sorted with a fucking cuddle. Please, you must have a mental disease. You're the one acting like you're puffing on trees. Can't you see, we're on our knees in these streets yelling, please save us from your mental slavery. And I admire any human who has the bravery to stand up and say fuck you to consumerism. Any person who's made the decision saying that this shit ain't right. Like, I'm working every single hour that God has given, barely to make a living. I just spunk all on things I don't need a good Saturday night. But that's the culture that we live in. If you lose then you're winning, we use it and we bin it.
Apparently this tragedy is actually a fallacy, a fallacy, a fallacy, it's nothing but a fallacy. Apparently this fallacy is actually reality, reality, a tragedy is nothing but a tragedy. Apparently this tragedy is actually a fallacy, a fallacy, a fallacy is nothing but a fallacy. Apparently this fallacy is actually reality, reality, a tragedy is nothing but a tragedy.
So I'm starting to believe that the world really is shit. I never thought I'd say that, I never thought I'd believe it. But I turn on the telly every day, I fucking see it. Open up the papers, look, and I can read it, believe it. Are we really that defeated? The faith won't be found in the book about Jesus, cause the faith that I'm lacking is the faith in my leaders, elitists. If you ain't got it, then you ain't shit. Because I see a misguided youth who don't believe the truth. I mean, there's a war in the streets to bring home the troops. And if people want it now, then they're robbing their loot. If you're getting away, I swear they're stabbing their shoot. I've seen an entire generation who are lost in the fog. I mean, what happened to our nation? I call that indoctrination. But that's what I'll ever emulate. I would appreciate my idols. Because I'm a product of Marley, Dylan, Hendrix, Morrison, Shakur. They shape what I see through my eyeballs. But all these new prophets, I just find them vile. I mean, parents wake up with what they're doing to your child. Trying to tell me their role models, because they don't swear, they just sing. All I can think about is the F7 South Park when Jonas Rush with purity rings, selling sex to kids. It's fucking disgusting.
Apparently this tragedy is actually a fallacy, a fallacy, a fallacy is nothing but a fallacy. Apparently this fallacy is actually reality, reality, a tragedy is nothing but a tragedy. Apparently this tragedy is actually a fallacy, a fallacy, a fallacy is nothing but a fallacy. Apparently this fallacy is actually reality, reality, a tragedy is nothing but a tragedy.
And then they keep themselves fakes, purely with the intention to make us dull, subservient fools. We'll never question any of their rules, but when we do they find us as the criminals. To see the youth only fire in their belly, but can they blame when they think success comes from 15 minutes on the telly? And it's getting very, very scary, because the future's not orange, it's dark. With the advertisement shaping our kids before they even know who they are. So let there be lights, camera, action, because faith is no longer to man's satisfaction. Because who needs love when you've got more than the rest? And who needs God, because I heard that Hogan knows best. And this is the legacy that we'll leave for our kids. Just don't be surprised when they don't say thank you for what we did.
Thank you very much.